Module 5.5 brings to us the responsibility that we have as people in our civic lives now. So, the case study that is associated with this particular module is the Clean Community Challenge Reclaiming Public Spaces. The background of the case study. Despite its natural beauty and tourism potential, parts of this particular community, particularly the market area and the approach roads leading to the town, are plagued by litter and unsegregated waste. Plastic bottles, food wrappers, and general refuse are commonly discarded on roadsides, in drains, and near public spaces. While the local Gram Panchayat Village Council provides waste collection services, their efforts are often hampered by irregular public participation in waste segregation and the pervasive habit of littering. Mrs. Sita Devi, aged 60, a retired government school teacher and a respected elder in the community, is deeply distressed by this particular situation. She often sees children playing near garbage piles and worries about their public health. The town's image for tourists and the long term environmental impact on the pristine Himalayan ecosystem. So, now we are going to see how an elderly person, Mrs. Sita Devi, aged 60 years, is going to help to clean the community, clean the surroundings. So, littering and garbage disposal is a very, very cautionary measure that has to happen in communities. So, when we remain under oblivion or we choose to be under oblivion, it becomes very difficult not only for us as well as for the community, though. So, now in this case study, we are actually going to see how this particular community and how Mrs. Sita Devi brings about this phenomenal change in creating a cleaner environment for this particular community. The challenge, the gap between expectations and action. Many residents in this community frequently complain about the lack of cleanliness and blame the panchayat or the tourists. They express their right to clean environment. However, there's a significant gap that these expectations and the individual actions have. Someone else's problem, that is the mentality. Many believe waste management is solely the government's responsibility. Lack of segregation. Even when waste is collected, it's often not segregated at the source, that is, wet versus dry waste, making a proper disposal difficult for the panchayat. Casual littering, a pervasive habit of throwing small items, wrappers, teacups, anywhere rather than holding out them until a dustbin is found. So, we do as humans have the habit of just picking up and throwing things around. We often do not look for a dustbin. That is very, very imperative. It is a very a small civic action of ours. Casual littering, and that is basically just throwing or littering waste around. Public versus private space, treating public areas differently from one's own home, lacking a sense of collective ownership. The intervention, that is Sita Devi's call to personal responsibility. Now she feels that the littering is a personal responsibility. With her learning example, she wants to teach the community around her. Sita Devi, rather than just complaining, decides to initiate change by appealing to personal responsibility and civic life, leading by example. Sita Devi starts by segregating her own household waste meticulously and ensuring it's handed over correctly. She begins carrying a small cloth bag for her dry waste when she goes to the market, refusing plastic bags and disposing of any waste she generates in designated bins, even if it means walking a bit further. She quietly picks up any litter she sees near her home or on her daily walks without making a show of it. This simple, consistent action begins to subtly influence her immediate neighbors. So, this is experiential living. This is how we experience things when we see things happen. Community dialogue and gentle persuasion. During her morning walks, she strikes up conversation with other residents, shopkeepers, and even school children. Instead of scolding, she asks the question: do you think our community looks more beautiful without this plastic? Or, if we all take a small step, imagine how clean our town could be. She explains the direct impact of litter on water sources and children's health. She explains the direct impact of litter on water sources and children's health, linking it to the well being of the community. She subtly invokes the spirit of Fundamental Duty 51A(g) to protect and improve the natural environment. Mobilizing small groups. Sita Devi reaches out to members of the local media and Mahila Mandal, women's self help group, and a youth club. She proposes a Clean Community Saturday initiative, a weekly cleanup drive focusing on one area at a time. She emphasizes that this isn't about blaming, but about collective responsibility and pride in their town. This is our community, she reiterates, invoking a sense of collective ownership and Fundamental Duty 51A(j) to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective actively. Collaboration with local authorities. Sita Devi approaches the Sarpanch and the Gram Panchayat. She presents their initiative and requests support, not just funding, but more dustbins, better waste collection schedules, and awareness campaigns. The Panchayat, seeing the genuine citizen initiative, is motivated to improve their services and launch a joint awareness drive. They provide larger collection bins and organize more frequent pickups. Consequences and outcomes. Cleaner public places. Within a few months, the designated areas of the Clean Community Saturday initiative show a remarkable improvement. The market areas are visibly cleaner and the drains are less choked. This is a direct result of individuals taking personal responsibility. Shift in the mindset of the people. The someone else's problem mentality slowly begins to erode. People start thinking twice before littering. Children especially become agents of change, influenced by Sita Devi and the youth club. Shopkeepers begin providing proper waste bins outside their shops. Strengthen civic muscle. The success of the Clean Community Challenge empowers citizens. They realize that their individual actions, when combined, can bring about significant positive change. This fosters a sense of agency and civic efficacy. Increased community cohesion. Working together on a common goal, a clean community fosters stronger bonds among residents, transcending minor social divisions. This embodies Fundamental Duty 51AE, which is to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood. Accountability of governance. A citizen demonstrates their commitment. It puts positive pressure on the Gram Panchayat to maintain and improve waste management infrastructure and services, leading to better local governance. Improved health and environment. Less litter means fewer breeding grounds for mosquitoes and less pollution reaching local streams and rivers, contributing to a healthier and an environment and a healthier community. Now, the conclusion of our case study. Sita Devi's story in the community highlights that personal responsibility is the bedrock of vibrant civic life in India. It demonstrates that civic life is just not about rights, but equally about duties. While citizens have a right to a clean environment, it is their personal responsibility and fundamental duty to contribute to its cleanliness. Individual actions have collective impact. When we all put together, we grow together. Even small, consistent acts of personal responsibility, like not letting segregating waste, can collectively transform public space and influence community norms. Leadership from within the community is very, very vital. When ordinary citizens like Sita Devi, her age is 60, remember that, takes initiative, it inspires others and can catalyze broader civic engagement. Personal responsibility and strengths, that is, democratic governance. When citizens actively participate and fulfill their duties, it creates a virtuous cycle where local governance becomes more effective and responsive. Now, the crux, the clean community challenge, is a microcosm of how, when personal responsibility is embraced, Indian civic life can flourish, leading to clear communities, stronger bonds, and a more engaged citizenry that actively contributes to the nation's progress, one clean street at a time. So, here it was one clean community at a time.